Welcome back, Bills Mafia, to the Straight Buffalo podcast, the first breakdown of a regular season game. And what a game it was. We are here on the Straight Buffalo, and I am here to talk about the Bills overcoming the Ravens 41-40 on Sunday Night Football to open up the regular season. A lot to get into. We're going to cover all things Buffalo Bills today, the game, the outcomes, the media narratives, all that and more. So let's get into it. I want to start this podcast covering game one with a lead up to the game, in the lead up to the media narratives that were spun and spoken all week. I am continually flabbergasted, and I'm going to use the word flabbergasted, by the amount of doubt the talking heads in the media have when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. Podcasters I love, shows I love to watch. For some reason, when the Buffalo Bills come up, their brains break and something happens to where they literally can't ever figure out that the Bills have a shot to win and that they will win. And I know there'll be detractors saying, oh, they're favored in every game and this and that. Those are the sports books. If you went on and watched the national media, the ESPNs, all the different shows that are Josh's friends and whatnot, they all picked the Ravens. And it's the same crew that picked the Ravens in the divisional game. And when I went to that divisional game last year, I just remember thinking, you know what? Whatever anyone thinks, the Bills are winning. So to see, after we had just beaten these guys in the divisional round, I say we, the Bills, we'll go into that in a second. The Bills just beat them. To then pick the Ravens again is insane because the Bills have already done it. So all this week, all these picks for the Bills to lose, to not be able to stand up to the Ravens. This Ravens team that has the best roster in the league, this scary defense, this scary Derrick Henry, who is quite terrifying, I will say, and Lamar Jackson, who should have been the MVP. To have all of that against Buffalo. And who do the Bills have? Lowly Josh Allen and a bunch of guys at their positions. That seemed to be the media narrative. They've already crowned the Ravens as the next Super Bowl champions. They'd already said they were winning the AFC. But before all that could happen, one guy said, nah, it's not that. That's not how it's going to go. And that dude is Josh Allen. I come here today in this podcast as not only a fan, but as someone who has just lived and breathed Buffalo Bills football. The amount of love I have for this team, for watching them play, and for this fan base is incredible. I started watching, as I've shared, when I was very young during the drought years. I believe like 2004 was when I really started to understand what the sport was. Born in 97, missed the Kelly years. So really went and started watching during like the worst years of the Bills over the last, over their history. Like these were awful times in recent history for the Bills during the drought. So going in, growing up, and I mean, I have posts from like a decade ago, 12 years ago, saying we're going to win the Super Bowl, only for us to go like 7-9 or 6-10. So, these Josh Allen years have been incredible, and they've been great, and they've been heartbreaking. But the one thing they've been through it all is that like I've never entered a game where I was like, we can't win this, I just didn't trust Josh. And he's had his moments, and the poor moments have obviously gone down drastically. But it's like we have Josh Allen, especially the last like 4 years, and we always have a chance with him. And I'll start this podcast by saying it's such a joy and such a just awesome time to be a Bills fan, to know that your guy, Josh Allen, is the best quarterback in the league. I get it. He doesn't have a ring yet. He is the best quarterback in the league. And to see him put on a performance, I had people on TikTok commenting saying, oh, the Bills window's closed. Josh Allen it's his window for a Super Bowl is over. And he proved in a quarter that he is undoubtedly the best quarterback in the league. So I don't want to hear anything from the TikTok commenters. Josh Allen proved last night. And if you are lying to yourself and saying he's not the best, then you are just lying to yourself because he is the best quarterback the NFL has to offer. And last night's performance shows that. There's all this conversation about Lamar should have won the MVP, even though when Lamar won that year, Josh had better stats. But it all of a sudden was a stat award last year, and Josh didn't deserve it, and Lamar was the real MVP. Well, guess what? The reason Lamar didn't get the MVP and Josh did was on full display last night because Josh closes out games. He doesn't leave a game because he's cramping when it's all on the line. So let's get into the game. What a start. What a start it was. A beautiful drive, down, scoring with Knox, getting the touchdown, saying, "We're here." Defense forces 3. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really, really good. And then everything just starts to fall apart. We go 3 and out. Derrick Henry literally dribbles Cole Bishop like a basketball. And I'm going to give flowers where they're due. And we'll start with Derrick Henry. It is incredibly impressive how good Derrick Henry still is. He is so dominant. I mean, and how many highlight reels have to happen against Bills players? Josh Norman getting flung was like the go-to photo for a running back in the NFL for like 5 years. And you're going to see, even though they lost and it dampens it a little bit, I guarantee you'll see Cole Bishop getting dribbled by Derrick Henry on the field. Like in commercials for Red Zone or whatever in the years to come. And so the Ravens just start taking the ball game over. I mean, seriously, there are major concerns on defense. And I get annoyed with this because people will go, "Oh, the defense is terrible. Fire Sean McDermott, blah, blah, blah." And the defense was not great, but they're also banged up, which I know every team's banged up. But you're also playing Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, who in their own right are two. I mean, Derrick Henry is probably 1B to Saquon Barkley's 1A. You could go 1 and 2. Saquon obviously is a little bit more dynamic. I feel like where Derrick Henry's more of that power back, but like with intense speed. Saquon's able to both A, run the ball, but B, he's also a great pass catching running back. So maybe Saquon's above him, but I don't know. The distance is too crazy if you're putting him on a team. And then you have Lamar Jackson, who I will give flowers to. Lamar is an incredibly talented quarterback. He's got the speed. He's got awareness. He's able to make big plays. He's in sync with his team. Like, he is an incredibly talented quarterback. And I kind of hate that the conversation, because Josh won an MVP, was, "Oh, Lamar's better," or "Josh is better." I would like to say Josh is better. But this, like, kind of fan rivalry we've had with the Ravens, I respect the hell out of the Ravens organization. I rooted for them when they won the Super Bowl. I had a Baltimore Ravens helmet when I was younger, next to my Bills stuff because I liked them. I just had it. I don't know why. I just really liked the Ravens as a kid after Buffalo. They were like my second team. But this whole dynamic between Lamar and Josh has been like really annoying. And I just want to give praise to Lamar because I actually think he's a great quarterback. And anyone that says that is just lying to themselves. But the Ravens were taking over this game, and every time the Bills answered, Josh answered, the Ravens would just score, and like things just seemed to not go well for us. Like, missing these 2-point conversions, those were like really crucial, and we missed all 3 of our 2-point conversions. So to have that happen, and like just like certain plays that you felt like there could have been more there, and it kept feeling like Josh just wasn't getting enough time to like put us back in the game. And at halftime, that last second throw where Josh just slings it, it's caught, there's a second left, we kick the field goal, going to the half, and I'm like, okay, that was rough. We're going to come out, we're going to reset. And then the Ravens just come out and just steamroll us again. And we're just getting punched in the mouth. But Josh Allen keeps answering. Field goal, or a touchdown. Like just they kept coming back and answering and sticking in there. And I'll say this to everyone who wants Sean McDermott fired. You can teach plays, you can teach the gimmick plays, you can teach, certain techniques, but what you build over time is culture. And the Buffalo Bills have a tough culture. They have a mentally strong culture. And the detractors will say, well, look at the defense, or look at how they sold in the playoffs, and this and that. The culture Bean and McDermott have built was on full display last night. Any other NFL team, besides maybe the Eagles, would have just folded, would have just said, you know what? We're not winning this game. But McDermott and Bean have somehow built into this roster until the clock hits zero, you still have a chance. And so, to everyone saying McDermott should be fired, think again, because you don't just have a coach come in and build that overnight. That's taken years to build. And I'll take that heart and that ability to stay in a game when everything's lost over the trick plays and the offensive guru weapons. That let's stop that conversation for now. But yeah, during halftime, I mean, so many things happening, right? And then you get down to like the fourth quarter, and I'm pretty beat. Like the Ravens, they just kept jumping the score up. We kept coming behind them, but we just like couldn't get that stop. And I'm like mentally tired. I'm like physically tired because it's a late game. And I'm just sitting there like I'm doing the math. There's like 8 minutes left or so, and it's like, okay, like we're still down like 2 scores. Like it's not like we're out of this game, but it's like highly improbable we're gonna get back into it. And then like, the whole sequence at the end happens. Like the, Josh, the crazy catches by Keon. I just want to say Keon Coleman is here. He has arrived. And I feel like he was overshadowed just by like how crazy the game went. But Keon Coleman has arrived. He is here, and he is going to be so dynamic. He had that one catch when Josh threw it down the left sideline where he went up, and it literally looked like he was a whole person above the other dude that was defending him. Just an insane catch. And that catch in the end zone where Josh is rolling to his right, and I think he was targeting Keon, but Dawson Knox jumps up, and it goes off his fingertips. And the wherewithal on a fourth down for Keon to just come up with that ball is just insane. They wanted it too bad. And then Ed Oliver. I mean, before we get to the fumble, there was another play that I really loved from him. It was when Henry was running up the middle and Ed Oliver broke through. He just took Henry, and it was just like big dude on big dude, and he just like held him and brought him back. He was like, nope, you're not getting through the line this time. And so the Bills were able to get the fumble, and I'm sitting there. I'm literally like, do not give me hope. I literally said to the TV, Josh, don't give me hope. And I talking to my girlfriend Maggie, I'm like the whole game, I'm like, we still have a shot. I have screenshots. My friend texted me, he's like, it's over, dude, go to bed. I'm like, we will win. We will win. And it went back to this instinctual thing I have in me for being a Bills fan, where like I was a kid and we were a 2% chance of making the playoffs, and I was like, we're gonna make it. And then obviously getting crushed. The difference now is we have Josh Allen, and he does make the impossible happen. For a kid who always believed that we would be great and then being disappointed year after year after year after year after year, to now have Josh Allen in those moments of just a tiny sliver of hope show up, it's amazing. I can't ask for more from Josh. And I know it's week one. Anything can happen this year. But man, what a win that was. So then the Bills score, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, please don't give me hope. Please don't give me hope. And then the Ravens go out, and we got to make a stop. And the defense does it. They show up. And, everyone was saying, and I'll be honest, as a Bills fan, John Harbaugh should have gone for that 4th and 3. I literally was dreading when I remember I was like walking around pacing, and I heard, oh, is the Ravens staying out there? And my heart dropped because I was like, God, they have Henry, they got Lamar, like they're going to just get this first down and end it. And they punt it away. And when they punt it away, I'm laughing. because I know that them punting it away is the worst possible decision they could make because they're giving it into the hands of the best quarterback in the league. And his lack of hardware holds him back in many conversations. But if you're a Bills fan, you know he's the best. And so Josh Allen gets it. And a dime to Palmer. And a great throw to Keon, who just totally, he was just like so close to scoring, but good thing he didn't. And so I'm sitting there and, Josh is taking his knees. And I'm just like, I can't even describe the feeling. It's euphoria, it's happiness, it's I'm just sitting there like, wow, are we really about to do this? Are we really about to do this? And as I see Prater coming on, all the ghosts of the past come up. Wide right, 13 seconds. Just, and again, the stakes were much lower in this first week of football. But just the idea of the Bills are going to do something. They're going to break my heart. And I'm like, no, it's got to happen, right? And Matt Prater, 41-year-old Matt Prater, lines up to kick. And the clock's winding down. And I think it got to like 2 seconds. And I'm like, oh my God, is the way this game ends is we don't even snap the ball on time? And they snap the ball. And and I know that's not realistic, but that's just like my Bills fandom anxiety. And we snap the ball, and Prater puts it through. Literally maybe inches away from getting blocked. And the Bills win it. And I don't think I've ever screamed as loud in joy as I screamed last night. And just, Josh said it best. All those fans that left, like, have faith. And I know a lot of people in my crew that went to bed that texted me, it's over, what a rough start. Nah. Josh Allen is the MVP for a reason. So that was the game. I got to give some shout outs. Keon Coleman, amazing. Khalil Shakir, amazing. He had some great plays. Dawson Knox, great game. Dalton Kincaid, great game. James Cook with that dynamic run. Jackson Hawes with a clutch catch in the end zone. Ed Oliver, Rousseau. I thought Bosa, it's going to take him a minute. He's adjusting to all this, but he did well. And then obviously the hero of Buffalo last night, Matt Prater. What a game. So I got to get some things off my chest right now. First of all, I want to talk to all the Ravens fans and to the Ravens in general. And at first, before I get into any like sports talk or on the field talk, I want to say this: Bills Mafia, keep your hands off players. Should be a rule for any fan base. We can't be hitting players. We can't be throwing stuff at players. Our fan base is known for thousands of dollars of donations and being there for each other in the worst of times and helping each other out. And I know 99% of the fan base is that way. But when you're on national TV hitting the opposing team's players and throwing stuff at them, it just makes our whole fan base look awful. So just that fan has been ejected. They're not allowed in stadiums anymore. But like as a fan base, we got to do better. We got to show that we're better than that. That being said, when I went to the divisional game last year, Ravens fans, y'all were so loud chanting MVP. You come to Buffalo again, chanting MVP for Lamar Jackson. Stop playing with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Stop coming to Buffalo and acting like y'all are the kings. We've had to do this twice now. Josh is the MVP. Josh is the MVP. Not Lamar, Josh. Lamar Jackson, stop crowning Derrick Henry until he cannot fumble the ball away. Lamar Jackson, don't crown Derrick Henry ever again in our stadium. Zay Flowers, don't wave to the fans. Oh, I'm here. I wasn't here last time. Well, you were here this time and you still lost. You choked. Stop waving to the fans. It's crazy. My next big, I would say, announcement to all the people that follow me on TikTok. There's some people who comment, the Bills suck, this and that. Josh Allen's overrated. He proved you so immensely wrong. So if you're watching this, this will be clip for TikTok. If you're watching this, Josh Allen proved you so wrong. So comment all you want. There's nothing in my mind changing the fact that he is the best quarterback in the league. And there's nothing in your mind proving that he's not the best quarterback in the league, because you're just lying to yourself at this point. He played a whole game and a quarter yesterday. What did your QB do? And I get it. He doesn't have the ring yet. We don't have the hardware. It's coming. It's coming. Keep doubting Josh. Keep doubting Josh. I love it. Keep doubting Josh. So national media, ESPNs, the Pat McAfees, the Colin Cowherds, the first thing first. Stop with this narrative. Oh, the Bills, they're not going to win because they always have to rely on Josh. I'm not comfortable having to rely on Josh. We rely on Josh because he's the best quarterback in the league. Best quarterback in the damn league. Why shouldn't we rely on Josh Allen? We haven't gotten there yet. But this whole idea of, oh, I'm worried about the Bills because what more? And I heard that today. There were people, Greg Olsen was saying it, and I like Greg Olsen. They rely on Josh too much. Why are the Bills penalized? Because Josh Allen plays like he's not like in the same sport. Stop that. Stop this narrative. I hate the narrative. Oh, they rely on Josh too much. He's a generational talent. He's probably the best Bill that's ever been. Of course we rely on Josh Allen. Stop with the narratives. Oh, the Ravens lost, the Bills didn't win it. No. It took so much for that team. Every time Josh got on the field, he didn't look nervous. He didn't look like, his morale was the same. He didn't look phased. He knew he was winning that game. Give him enough opportunities and he was going to do it. So stop with this. Oh, the Ravens lost, the Bills didn't win. The Bills won. And the only reason they say that is because they want the Ravens to win so bad. They want Buffalo to be out of it. They don't want to give us our flowers. The city of losers, some call us. But we beat the Ravens again. The supposed, the scary, the vaunted Ravens defense. Let's go back to the Ravens. You all know the Bills' issues on defense. We don't have the best squad in the league. Our roster is tough. I think it's better than people give us credit for. We have real issues at the safety position. We really do. Ravens don't. They have on paper like the best defensive roster in the league, the best personnel in the league. And you can't do more? Everyone talking about the Bills' defense. Last time I checked, the Ravens' defense let us score one more point than them. Where were they? They had plays here and there, but when it mattered most, they crumpled. They were done. Tired of it. And then Lamar Jackson. Bills can't get it done. It's on Josh. Lamar Jackson played a good game. He had some great plays. But at the end of the day, you're QB, you're a leader. You didn't get it done. So Lamar deserves some blame too. Whether Ravens fans or the pundits or the media want to say it or not. I'm very, very bullish this year that the Bills are winning the Super Bowl. If not now, then when? The Chiefs look like they're taking a little bit of a step back. We can never write them off. And I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, the Chiefs are done. I don't buy into that. They're tough. They're determined. We'll see what happens with them. The Ravens, I'll be honest. I don't want our season to be in the balance against them. They're going to come back hungry. If they're anything like they're supposed to be, they're going to come back hungry trying to beat us if we have to play them in the playoffs. But beyond that, I mean, the Bengals, again, another message for everyone who is saying Joe Burrow's going to win MVP over Josh Allen. Stop doubting Josh Allen. What did Joe Burrow have yesterday for yards? 116 yards passing, 136, 600. Like, he's the MVP. He's the MVP frontrunner when the season started. For many people, he was their pick for MVP. Why? What has he done? Well, we got to a Super Bowl. Cool. He didn't make the playoffs last year. He played awful yesterday. Enough with this Joe Burrow, Josh Allen same conversation. Done. So that's it. Bills have a great schedule. I think the on paper they have the second easiest schedule in the AFC, which I'm sure all the haters are going to be. Oh, they have the easiest schedule. Listen, Jets next week. I think it's a sneaky tough game. I really do. Jets played good. Justin Fields a good quarterback. They got some offensive talent. They got some good defensive skills too. We're going to win, but I think it's going to be a closer game than people expect. But you look at our schedule. I mean, I'll always give respect to the Chiefs, but beyond the Chiefs, the Eagles are like the only other team I'm slightly concerned about. And I'll knock on wood, and maybe I'll be eating those words in 6 weeks, and we're like 1-5. I don't know. Doubt it, but you never know what could happen. But that being said, it's the Bills' year. We got to get the 1 seed. After last night, there's no reason we shouldn't have the 1 seed in the playoffs. We should not be playing in the wild card. We should be resting, and ready to go and high mark for the divisional round. The Bills' disrespect will continue. It will. There will be games where they'll pick against us, and likely when we get to the playoffs, they'll pick against us at some point. The Bills are just going to roll this year. I just feel it. Defense has issues. There's also a lot of guys hurt. And I know it's not an excuse, but there is a lot of guys hurt. And I think with time, this defense is going to get better. I think Bosa is going to become more of a threat. Oliver and Rousseau are going to be great. Benford, Johnson, they're going to be fine. Milano looked a little slow. I think he's got to just pick it up with speed. Our back end, I'm a little worried about them. But Josh Allen can cover it. And then we get Hoyt in like week 6, and I feel good. And then on offense, Cook, Johnson, Davis, bang. Just amazing players. Josh Allen, best in the league. Great offensive line. Keon, if he plays like that this year, the whole dynamic changes. You got to start double covering that dude. And then you have Shakir, Palmer, Moore, Knox and Kincaid. I mean, Hawes. Come on. We're winning it this year. We're winning it, Bills Mafia. You want to know how I know we're winning it? Because all I saw on Josh Allen's face yesterday, you've seen it before. We're down, we get crushed. Even the Ravens game last year, he just looked like shell shocked. He looked like it's just like he's on a different level this year. I'm telling you, he's on a different level. He just looked like we're just going to win. Don't tell me the odds. So a great week 1. A great week 1 for the Buffalo Bills. 1-0. And we're off to the races for the AFC 1 seed. So with the national pundits, with the Bills haters, all them, all those people that were ready to write their columns and this and that, can't write them today. And you can do nothing but give Josh Allen respect because he literally played so otherworldly that there's nothing you can say. He is the MVP for a reason. And for everyone saying or wondering why he won or how he won, he answered it for you clearer than anything you will ever be told last night. As clear as can be, Josh Allen answered for you why he was deserving of the MVP. And I am guaranteeing you he will win it again this year. That's all I have. On to the Jets. Look for a recap podcast. Might hop on here later in the week. We'll see. But if you're listening on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. If you're listening on a platform elsewhere, you know what to do. Follow along at TikTok and the Stray Buffalo. That's where I give my instant reactions during the games. And I will see you all in the next Stray Buffalo podcast. Go Bills. Stop doubting Josh Allen. Josh Allen MVP. 1-0. Let's go.